Richard Watterson is so dumb, this is what would happen if he uses his brain. But apart from Richard, the Amazing World of Gumball has a character that is 1 IQ point away from being a vegetable. A character that literally freezes anytime she thinks, and so much more. So today we're going to go over the 8 dumbest characters in the show to find out who's really the dumbest. Coming in at number 8 is Darwin, and the reason he made it on this list is because he was an absolute ass in the first season. He was very immature, childish, irresponsible, and he didn't know the meaning of some words and expressions. In fact, he was so dumb, he literally didn't think at all, kissed Richard's pungent sock, and won the dumb race in the goons.
Did I win yet? Did I win yet? Did I win yet?
And even though he got smarter and snarkier after season 1, he never lost that part of him that tends to do really dumb things. You see, Darwin isn't intentionally malicious or stupid, he just lacks social awareness and certain critical thinking skills. Despite how dumb he is, Darwin is still smart enough to construct a totalitarian government with strong political ideals and public support without needing to fire a single bullet, as seen in The Safety.
All hail the mighty Gumball and Darwin, lords of Elmore!
Darwin is also forgiving, loyal, passionate, and just an all-around pleasant guy, and it takes a very high level of emotional intelligence to achieve that. So even though he used to be, Darwin isn't the dumbest character because there are 7 others dumber than him, and coming right up is Tobias. Tobias Wilson is a narcissistic jerk who believes that he is a heavily built jock that all the women love, and he's so dumb because he is unable to see beyond his delusions of grandeur. He is actually a scrawny wimp who girls dislike very much, and when he's not embarrassing himself in front of girls, he's doing other dumb things, like slapping the butts of other guys or pretending to work out.
Dude, FYI, you look thunder lame when you pull that pose. What does it even mean?
It's chunking the deuce, man!
And what does that mean?
We even see his exam result in the points, and it's clear that he isn't exactly a bright student. In fact, Tobias is so dumb, he hasn't subscribed to my channel. Please don't be like Tobias. If you're enjoying the content so far, hit that button and consider subscribing. Believe it or not, over 92% of you haven't subscribed yet. It's totally free, takes just a second, and helps the channel more than you know. Now let's move on to the remaining dumb characters, and coming right up is Gumball. Gumball is your stereotypical cartoon at least he really was in the first season.
That's it! You literally don't think at all!
He is very impulsive and immature, and that often clouds his judgment, leading him to make stupid decisions constantly and landing him in trouble.
Go to your mind palace or whatever and try to remember how to study.
Okay, I'll try.
In The Genius, we see that Gumball can't even read. He struggles to read until his brain literally decides that it has had enough and leaves through his ear.
I'm out of here! I've had enough. I'm off to watch TV.
That's just an insane way of showing how dumb a character can be. Despite how the show tries to portray him as some completely dumb, useless loser, Gumball is actually quite intelligent sometimes, and he comes across as creative, adventurous, practical, and witty to me. He is good at coming up with the right solution to rectify the problems he causes, and he does the right thing when the time truly comes to it. The only time I would consider Gumball to be truly dumb is in the first season. Despite his stupid ideas and decisions, he is nowhere near as dumb and stupid as Sussy. Sussy's dumbness actually comes from how she acts and reacts to things, as she is easily one of the most unpleasant and gross characters in the show.
Sussy not crazy. She keeps different sauces in different packets. This one's for mustard, this one's for ketchup, and this one's for toothpaste.
Sussy toothpaste is not a sauce.
Every time she's on screen, it feels like her entire role is just to be weird and disgusting, which really pisses me off. She doesn't really have any notable subplots, and I'm sure you'll agree with me when I say she's just in the show simply to be unpleasant. In fact, she's so dumb she calls Cash a crumpled green picture of an old man, and she thinks toothpaste is a sauce.
Yes, it is. It's tooth sauce. That's why it tastes like mint. Sussy got a present for you, too.
What is it?
It's a crumpled green picture of an old man.
I'll pass.
You see, even though Sussy often acts in peculiar ways, she has shown moments of intelligence and understanding, even giving Gumball and Darwin a satisfying answer to the meaning of life in The Question.
You see, life's not about the destination, it's about the journey and making friends along the way. The search for meaning is in fact the very thing that gives our life meaning.
So yeah, she's strange, dumb, and gross, but there are others dumber than her, just like Jaime. Jaime isn't just unintelligent, she's impressively bad at thinking things through. We're talking about someone who uses words like intelligenter, couth, and dundant, and takes things way too literally.
What? You're saying you're intelligenter than me?
Jamie, I would never say that. Because it's not a word.
When she tries to think, she literally freezes in place until she comes up with an answer. Jamie's mean-spirited, sadistic, and loves picking on weaker kids alongside her best friend Tina. And when it comes to emotional intelligence, she's completely in the dark. In The Girlfriend, she violently forces Darwin and later Gumball to date her, totally oblivious to their lack of interest. She thinks love can be forced, and when she's told it has to be earned...
You think I'm stupid? You think I don't know what love is?
Jaime is hilariously slow on the uptake, but she's still not as dumb as the next character on our list, Rocky. Rocky Robinson is not very bright. You're looking at a guy who works every odd job at Elmore Junior High, but he still manages to struggle with the basics. It's almost as if every time he's on screen, his lack of intelligence always shows. Even his own parents, who are also not particularly intelligent, don't like him because of this.
He thinks I'm an immature deadbeat who never left school, refuses to get a decent job, and dresses like a Canadian.
Well, are you?
Totally.
Even though he is generally friendly and eager to please, his stupidity and naivety causes him to constantly misread social cues, which leads to all kinds of awkward misunderstandings. In The Goons, when Gumball gathers Elmore's stupidest residents to compete for who's the dumbest, we see Rocky panting.
Who's the dumbest? Who's the dumbest?
He's so dumb, he doesn't have any smart qualities to redeem him, which is why he's so high on this list. Still, there are two above him, and coming in at number 2 is Banana Joe. Banana Joe isn't just dumb, he's world-class dumb. While everyone else is trying to avoid injury, he once ran blindfolded straight into a fence, exploded into banana chunks, and called it a banana split.
It hurts.
His spelling skills are even worse. He once tried to spell his own mom's name Barbara and came up with this.
B-A-R-A-B-A-B-A-B-A-N-R-A-A-R-A-B-A.
His stupidity always leads to him literally destroying himself. Somehow, he always survives. Banana Joe is Elmore's living proof that sheer stupidity can be indestructible. Still, his stupidity pales in comparison to Richard Watterson.
By 12 months, she'll have the intelligence of an amoeba, and at 18 months, she'll have gone full Richard.
Oh no! Richard, I'm sad.
Richard is so dumb, his brain is 3 times smaller than an amoeba. He is moronic, lazy, incompetent, impulsive, unfit, childish, and dim-witted. And I'm not even insulting him, that's literally his character sheet. He makes terrible decisions and says such dumb things that just stops being funny at some point and starts being worrisome.
Is he going to be okay, Doctor?
Apart from being living proof that we're doomed as a species, he's fine.
In The Fuss, he tries to think about what could be forgetting, and this is what happens to him.
He's using his brain. This is dangerous. He's pushing way past his usual limits.
And he still doesn't come up with a reasonable suggestion.
I got it.
What is it?
We asked for a clue.
He is often shown not being able to do much on his own or even know how to do most things competently, with Nicole having to do the majority of the work. It takes him incredibly long to think of something, as his brain likely works slower than his metabolism. But you see, it isn't all his fault. After his father, Frankie, walked out on him as a young child, Richard was left alone with his overprotective mother, Granny Jojo. She never let Richard think for himself, overfed him, and convinced him that sitting around eating was the safest way to live. And so his mental growth basically stopped.
It's because of your parenting that he has no common sense whatsoever. You protected him his entire life, never letting him think for himself, and now he can hardly think at all.
You see, Richard has been stuck at the mental age of 3 since his dad left. So if we want to calculate his actual IQ, it shouldn't be hard. IQ is calculated using this formula. So let's be generous and say his mental age is 5, with his chronological age being 38 years old. Plugging in Richard's mental age of 5 and his chronological age, we get this. Yes, Richard has an IQ of 13. Just to put this in perspective, the lowest recorded IQ in human history is around 40 to 45. Richard would need 3 brain upgrades just to catch up to the record holder for dumbest human alive. So, who's really the dumbest character in Gumball? It's Richard, and no one even comes close. In fact, he's so dumb, he still hasn't subscribed to my channel.